Hey y'all, make a candy board with us today. So in front of us, we have a plethora of candy options, and just know that you do not need to get expensive candy. All of this candy was purchased at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 a piece. So I spent roughly $16, $17 on all the candy that's here. So what you want to do first, which as you can see we've already started, is create little anchor points for all of your candy as a guide. So as you can see here, we have Gummy Worms, we have some Micanites, we have a couple of peach rings that we're going to layer around the border, but the idea is that you use larger piles as anchor points for all of the rest of your candy. So the next thing we're going to use are Wiley Wallaby licorice, and we'll start with the apple flavor. Okay, so for something like this, the best bet is to either use a tiny bowl like this, which can also be used as an anchor point for other candy, and you can shove them in as tightly as possible because the vibe is going to be the same vibe as a charcuterie board. So every charcuterie board you make, you want to ensure that there is no empty space or no wood showing on your board. Same with a candy board. Okay, so next up are going to be our watermelon candies. Those we're actually going to kind of disperse throughout the whole board to give it kind of like a cohesive vibe. As you can see here, we already have some watermelon sour chewy candies, and I want this to be as summery as possible, so watermelon is like right up there on the top of the list. So, watermelon. So these we're going to intersperse throughout the entire board in tiny piles. So generally, if you have a candy that has like a really sharp edge, you can use these to kind of make what I like to call a river, which creates kind of a line for the eye to continue down. Now that we have our watermelon rivers, we're going to move on to our lemonade licorice. Okay, so this one, instead of opting to put in a cup, we're actually going to make small piles of yellow kind of around the board to give it like a nice sunny burst of color. So my advice here is to stack them or build them up kind of like you're building a fire. So when you're building a campfire, you basically want to create a little tent. And that's the same thing you're going to do for your shorter licorice. Later down the line, we'll be adding some longer licorice that we're going to let hang over the sides of the board. The next thing we're going to add around the board are these sour straws. So the idea behind these are to create a little firework effect so that when you pick up your board, some actually dangles over the edge of the board. I've already placed a couple of the sour straws here to give us that dangle effect, but you can choose random places on your board to kind of place the sour straws to give everybody an opportunity to choose some no matter where they're sitting at the table. Peach rings are delicious. Fun part about peach rings is that you can stack them, add the peach rings dispersed around the board to fill in a lot of the holes. Frequently, people will actually fill in some of the holes on their board with chocolate-covered pretzels, cheese, or other things that kids might like while they're out on a pool day. This one's going to be strictly candy because our kids really love candy, but feel free to add anything you like. Crackers, cheese. We're gonna add Micanites to the board. This is another one of those things that you can add to all of the empty spaces to fill in. And this is the perfect time to do that. So we have one small bowl of Micanites here, but I happen to know that this is a kid and adult favorite. So don't be shy with the Micanites. Add them all around your board to fill in space. This is a perfect opportunity to fill in the nooks and crannies where the rivers won't actually work. Thanks for indulging in this vibrant journey with us at Nest and Nibble. This playful candy board was more than just a sweet treat. It was a celebration of color, creativity, and nostalgia designed to spark joy and elevate any occasion. From tart gummies to chewy classics and sour favorites, each piece was thoughtfully curated to bring a sense of fun and delight to your table. Whether you're planning a birthday party, a movie night, or a whimsical event, our boards are here to make every moment feel a little more magical. Until next time, stay sweet, stay inspired, and let the good times graze.